Massive thing for Southampton. Without the joiners, I'm not saying there aren't other venues that could take our place. You know, there are other venues that can compete with us, but nobody's got the history of the joiners. And there isn't a venue in Southampton that has got the history that the joiners has got regarding old bands and regarding new bands. All the new bands, whether they come from Southampton, Portsmouth, Bournemouth, whether they're a new signed but act in London, they want to play the joiners.
In order for you to progress as a touring band, you do have to play places such as this.
And they've been here 48 years, I think. You know, they know better than most what people in Southampton like.
If you want to have bands playing big venues who aren't manufactured label fodder, you need to have a place for those bands to kind of develop and grow and find an audience.
It's a statement venue. You know, on your way up, you play the joiners. That applies to probably 70 or 80 venues in the whole of the UK. I'd like to see a lot more, but it is one of those iconic venues that you go to.
Without the grassroots of anything, even in sport or anything else, like without that foundation, you can't have the upper reaches. It's important that we did it. It's like a rite of passage that you have to be good enough to play on a stage like that to progress any further.
Like when we first started, we were terrible. There's no doubt about it. But like they still gave us gigs. I spoke to Ricky as well the other day, and he was like, you know, like you guys weren't like amazing, but there was like potential. So, and we're hopefully getting better all the time.
You're within touching distance of the band you're watching, so I think it's inspirational on that front.
There's places where people can go and be alternative in their towns. Where do those people belong without those venues? You know, you take something like the Joiners. That's where, to be honest, all these strange, weird people live.
Well, the two massive issues with this place is the rent for the place. It's a privately owned venue, it's a privately owned building, so we lease it and the rent is high. The second thing is getting the people through the doors. You know, you really struggle every night. We've got a full-time promoter, we'll do our bit as far as promoting's concerned, but dragging people off the sofa nowadays is really hard work.
So artist fees are going up and up and up, and ticket prices aren't going up to match them. So we're being squeezed even tighter now by the agents and everything, and fees. And you know, you're looking at big ticket agents that you're selling your tickets with. You don't get your money until the next week.
We all run on a very, very small shoestring budget, and you know, to get some kind of funding from somewhere, whether it be the Arts Council or local government, would be fantastic, and it would keep the joiners going.
I think the Arts Council over the years tries to shift where it puts its subsidy, but it is quite slow to do that. It's a big organisation working in big 4-year funding cycles, and it is slow to necessarily put its support in the right place.
The problem is with the Arts Council is that it's middle and upper class on the board, so they don't deem what we do as important because it's not opera, it's not theatre.
A bright future, I divorce with no remorse. Chase the law, I do it for the intercourse.
So the whole system is wrong as far as that's concerned. All these venues deserve what they get. The Nuffield deserves what it gets. Turner Sims deserves what it gets. You know, I'm not begrudging them getting at all what they're given, but you know, we get nothing. Don't get a penny.
And you know, they're not interested in supporting us. And when we do want to apply for support, there's about a 600-page form you've got to do for Arts Council, and it's like, you know, it's about 20 hours worth of labour to pay someone to do it, and it's not viable.
Because the Arts Council see it as, oh well, this is aimed at this middle or upper class audience because it's a sit down theatre and we only have classical music or we only have music within a certain genre. They don't see us or Lennon's as being culturally important to the city, which is completely backwards. Because without Lennon's and 865 and us, engine rooms, whatever, you take that out of the equation, and then it just, like I said earlier, Southampton just becomes another boring city.
You can't have one without the other. It's an ecology, and we need to look to support it.
The Arts Council's opportunity there is to get in and intervene and say we want great dressing rooms, great PAs, great lighting. Do I want them to massively subsidise the programme? I'm not saying they shouldn't do any aspect of it. To me, it has equal cultural value to anything that's happening in galleries or art centres or anything else. I think we're way past the point where you could consider rock and roll to be a passing fad. It's too late for that. It should be on the same cultural footing as
ballet or theatre or opera. You know, it's the arts, and it's all under the same banner.
As long as there are venues out there like the Joiners kind of giving bands that opportunity, then all the better really.
I'm a sucker for you. My nighttime sugar pie. I'm a sucker for you.